So it would
Yeah,
be good to hear what's going on.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Q&A session,
A
right?
Q&A session. Yes, where are we going to start? Claire, you mentioned about there's so much stuff on the news about PayPal and everything.
Yeah, there's
PayPal is
been a
not a
number of
very good.
PayPal scams.
PayPal has been hacked many times, and I really suggest that before you use PayPal, make sure that you change your password once in a while in because they've been hacked many times. Uber got hacked many times. And a Lyft is the next one is gonna get hacked. Many of these ride shares get hacked. And I don't know about the flywheel, but we are in the stage of many Russian have been hacking a lot of government agency right now. And one thing that I'm more concerned about that they can hack our grid, that they can interrupt our electricity, our water supply. Those are possible. I mean, it's not a war that with weapon right now. We're in the middle of some kind of a cyber war or something. But I think seniors are going to be very affected in so many ways because we have a very little access to seniors, and not seniors has Zoom, and we don't have a senior center or nursing home that really provide seniors information how they can protect themselves. So we have a little issue. I got a little issue myself too. I've been recruiting, continue recruiting people to do volunteer, and I think I'm getting very successful in that one. We have a cybersecurity in New Jersey, and they're doing that, and I think in San Francisco, my goal is that for the next month, during this month of October, I'm going to try to meet. I'm going to try to get to DA. I'm going to ship department, try to figure out exactly if they have a cybersecurity department. I'm gonna contact the mayor office, see what we can do there, because I think that we reached to the point that we are not reaching seniors on Zoom. I met a lot of seniors in the grocery, and they don't have any access to Zoom, but they really would like to hear what I had to say. So I'm gonna start looking for a place where we can have an in-person meeting, maybe at the public library or different library in the city.
Look at your recreation park and rec
Yes,
facilities,
yeah, I'm gonna
and
start.
also the community rooms at the police stations.
Yes, I'm going to start doing that, and the yes, October is a cybersecurity awareness month, but it's not really meant for. Unfortunately, it's not really meant for people to donate their time on public. It's more for business, unfortunately. So I switched that to cybersecurity community service month because it is just yeah, that is just how it's gonna be, because it's just little movement in the cybersecurity community that they are really donating their time to do volunteer works to help local community, although they also get a federal funding or something. But anyway, that's just yes, Bill.
No, I'm sorry. I was just clearing my throat.
Anyway, that's just my little. Just
There used to be somebody in the city, and I've seen some turnover that was kind of a liaison to. The issue was expanding computer access to all communities, including seniors. And there used to be some city staff devoted to that, and then they seem to have moved on. I'm wondering if there still is any staff like that, and if you're in touch with them.
I am in right now we are in the process of regrouping our cybersecurity community in the Bay Area, and I really I volunteer my time, and nothing doesn't happen. If we able to put together our cybersecurity community in the Bay Area like we had before pandemics, we will have a lot of volunteer. If once we have our own cybersecurity center in the city, with a lot of people can come and volunteer their time and talk to seniors. I think that's what we need. I'm gonna go work hard. I'm gonna go try to work hard because we need a center. We have a lot of senior center in the city and around the county, but I don't know how many percent of their program dealt with cybersecurity. And
Well,
I
there
think
used to be programs at the public library
yes,
where people were seniors had access to getting educated. There were some other programs where people actually could get free computers or free Wi-Fi connections
yeah,
from
we got to
some.
be. Yeah, I think
And I don't know what happened to
those
those.
programs are very good. Check that one out, Louis. They're very good, but the problem is nothing to do with how they can protect themselves using Wi-Fi and how to use computer properly. And I think that the biggest problem right now, I think, is phishing. There's so many garbage email coming around that is very extremely dangerous, because if you click the wrong email, you can get access to your cell phone, and whatever financial transaction you use on your cell phone, they can get access to that.
Keep in mind too that we have to not only establish like what we're trying to do now, but reestablish some of the connections with the senior community. For example, because of COVID-19, even some of the computer organizations have fallen on hard times. They've closed up, or they're not around anymore. And this is just for like regular people who are already into computers. So you can imagine how difficult, or how much more difficult it is for seniors. So that's why I'm saying we have to establish, like Randy and I are doing, but also reestablish a lot of the connections with seniors that have been lost because of what happened with COVID-19, putting everybody in lockdown just about. And so that's what we're working on too. Right, Randy?
And another thing, Louis, Claire, and Alice, I sent you guys an email about the FBI report about they said the 92.92 thousand people victim or elderly victim of the scam in 2021. They said 92,000. That's it. That's not exactly accurate because there's another information that I know. There are so many seniors that don't have any access to many seniors that don't speak English. Seniors don't have any access to phone or to they don't know what to do, because many seniors different culture, different nationality, different language. They will not report scam to the FBI. So there are some underreported scam that unaccounted for on that elderly fraud report. And they said 92. It has to be more than that. There are 75 million seniors over the age of 65 on the last census. You're saying that the reports only say 92,000 were only victim of scam? That's not right. That's not
That certainly seems a tremendously low number.
Is
I was thinking about the Bay Area with all the different cultures we've got, and with the concentration. I mean, our proximity to Silicon Valley, our saturation with technology. It's a fascinating area. I mean, it's a very rich area for the program you're working with and the need. So.
we're going to be we call it cyber evangelism. So I'm gonna be doing a cyber evangelizing for the whole month of October, and talk to people about
So instead of evangelizing, it's not religious. It's cyber evangelizing.
Evangelizing.
Cyber evangelizing. And
Cyber evangelizing. Okay.
right. And the idea is not just say like to help seniors feel secure, from like scams and what have you, but make them in their day-to-day activities, whether they live for another 5 years or another 20, so 40 years, where they can feel constantly, basically feel pretty secure and pretty safe from ever being scammed at all. And that's a big part of the program. It's not just to secure their safety from scams, but to give them that feeling.
For being cyber evangelists, I think that's a
And I
new
think,
word.
yeah, I think that maybe our update next month, maybe if we're able to, how do we progress of talking to people in the city, finding a location, because we really need an in-person meeting, a place where senior can come, because not all seniors have access to Zoom, and also it's just so many issues that seniors who live in Section 8 and seniors live in by themselves and everything. I really would like to do outreach with them. And then the biggest, there's a Filipino senior center near Mint Building in Market. There are 10 of them. Not any one of them can speak English. And I don't know very much about Filipino. I know Tagalog, but I don't understand very much about Tagalog. How am I supposed to translate? This is a problem. This is our problem of my Chinese American friend also as a child cybersecurity. We cannot translate the English terminology like phishing, scam, online scam, cell phone to a different language that they can understand. And many of the scam are targeting these vulnerable people because the scammer get the file of what kind of language you can speak and where you come from. And if you're not English speaker, and the scammer knew whether you have a computer or not, is that they will target you. So many of these vulnerable seniors being targeted with scam don't speak English, but they don't know what to do.
That's a big challenge.
Exactly, yes. So I have a
We're going to continue to talk about everything. We're reaching the end of our meeting time.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Lois.
Any questions?
Any question? I will.
Randy.
Yes.
First of all, I want to say how much I appreciate what Bob was saying about things showing up on your phone, because my phone is not a fancy iPhone, but it's just ordinary $150 Android, and then all of a sudden all my emails are showing up on there, so that makes it very vulnerable. Fortunately, I don't do any financial transactions on my phone, but this is really, I never asked for this. I don't know how this happened. I mean, my emails I thought would stay on my computer and my phone. I don't know why my phone has them there, but there they are, and I can access them there too, and that's scary. But the other thing I was going to suggest to you is that there was a big article in the National Association of Retired Federal Employees magazines on the efforts of the Commerce Department to combat fraud. And it seems like they get this budget to do this, and they spend most of the budget just on these elementary kinds of warnings out to people about Social Security doesn't call you, hang up if you weren't expecting a call from them. Medicare doesn't call you, hang up if you're not expecting a call from them. All these really elementary things that people can be deceived about, and particularly if they don't speak English. I mean, when I was a postal clerk, time and time again, people, both English speakers and non-English speakers, but largely seniors, would come in with something that was obviously a scam to me, but they were asking whether it was a scam or not, and I could point out that it was. But there's always going to be people who are vulnerable and don't realize they could come ask their postal window clerk or just about anybody, maybe even their bus driver, to clarify things for them. So the Commerce Department should be using some of this money to actually track down and put these guys out of business. And I don't know if you want to focus any of your efforts on anti-scamming, on getting the Commerce Department to use their budget for something other than telling people elementary things that it's not going to help some of them anyway. They're never going to understand the latest scam that somebody's trying to put on them. No matter how much they're just warned with routine magazine articles and stuff like that.
That is one of my projects. I need them to start working on is we need to have our own digital forensic. We cannot rely on 911 to track down exactly who about the origin of the scam or the cybercrime.
Well, that's it. Nobody's trying to track it down, it doesn't seem, or just to put them out of business. They're just expecting everybody to get smart enough that they can avoid it all. And it seems like somebody's got to go after these.
I agree. That is exactly what we are working on. We're gonna have our own digital forensic. I'm going to lab it for all the senior, you guys, everything what you guys told us. I'm gonna meet actually I'm gonna meet the mayor tomorrow for the Filipino American Heritage Month at the City Hall, and I'm gonna talk. And we got invite by London Breed for many times to come to our office because they were interested to know what we do. Okay. But I think this time I'm going to repeat
to the. Having that chance to do that.
I'm going to repeat what you guys told us. That's one thing about talking with you guys. I would like to go to Zoom with other labor union retirees so I can hear more what you guys had to say, so I can talk to these people in the city exactly what seniors needed.
You know, I'm overdue doing something. I haven't gotten Randy I haven't gotten Bob the list of unions from the Labor Council website, but it would be interesting to know whether they have any cybersecurity advice for their members. And I think if you have that list, Bob, maybe you can actually do some kind of poll. And I'm overdue in sending you that. I haven't forgotten. This month got a little hectic for me.
Right.
I'll be back in touch with that list of the link to that list.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to Lois, and I will check up on that too with these different unions.
Okay.
Very important.
Happy Filipino Heritage
Month.
And we can tell you next month probably if we see the mayor, which I'm sure tomorrow. We'll tell you what happens at the next meeting of the forum. Okay.
Claire, I would suggest maybe if we can have another separate, my suggestion, a separate Zoom gatherings where we can talk more about cybersecurity for an hour or two. So we can have an open forum. Just the topic is just about retirees. How I want to know more.
People who want to talk about that. Let's talk about. I will be back in touch and figure out what we can do about doing that. And meanwhile, I've got to go to. I got to leave at noontime today.
Okay. Thank you guys.
Thanks for everything.
Thank you guys.
Thank
you,
Bill,
Lois,
Claire.
Bear,
Thank
Claire.
her, Lois, Claire, everyone.
And see you guys next month.
Alice, God bless.
Guys, happy Cybersecurity Community Service Month.
Claire, we can send some. If we find something good about the state propositions, we'll. The Cal Fed seemed to take a dive.